Hello Eurovision friends, thank you so much for coming to my channel Eurovision Histories. Pozdrav dragi gledatelji I dobrodošli na moj kanal. Danas želim govoriti o crnogorskoj pjesmi sa Euroviziju. I hope that was at least partly right. Today I want to talk about the Montenegrin entry, our very first entry of the 2025 season, which is Nina Žižic with Dobrodošli. Now, obviously Montenegro chose another entry, someone else won their national final, Nina Žižic came second, but as the song Clickbait had been performed previously, the band Neon Noen withdrew, and so Nina got her chance to represent Montenegro again, because obviously she was part of Igranka, the song that represented Montenegro in 2014, I do believe, and unfortunately didn't make it to the final back then. If you've been to this channel before, you know how this works. I will be looking at different aspects of the song and performance, giving points from 1 to 5 for the lyrics, the voice, the performance, the staging, and then we will have an overall point total for the song. Later on, I will also try to make a prediction how the song will do, whether it will be able to qualify. And we will also have a look at your votes and comments from the community tab of my channel. If you want to participate in that, you have to subscribe to the channel. Now, this first part is my own personal opinion. Don't get upset if you don't agree with it. Just let me know in the comments why you disagree with my opinion. As always, I want to start with the lyrics, and the lyrics of the song are quite exceptional, I think. Let's have a look at some of them. I tried to translate them. It took me a very long time to understand what the song was about, which is a good sign, I think, which means the lyrics are not plain or very simple. They are quite sophisticated, I do believe. In the middle part of the song, she sings, "Welcome to the show," kind of to my show about love. And later on also, "Welcome to my hotel of weaknesses," to the show about love. That is why the song is called Dobrodošli, which means welcome. So she is welcoming us in. She is the artist telling us a story and opening up about her struggles maybe, or what she has to face. And in the song, she quite directly says what she has to face exactly. She sings, "Smile, endure everything, it will pass." That's the izdržiswe, pročiće, and so on. And these words are repeated several times, but not in the same order, in a different order. And I really like that part of the lyrics. I really love the sound of the language as well in this, with izdržiswe, which kind of, to me, paints a picture of the struggle that she's going through. And the fact that these words are not repeated in the same order over and over again, but in different orders. First, she says, "Smile, endure everything, it will pass." Then, "It will pass, endure everything, smile." That makes it seem more fresh and just also a bit catchy as a song. And then at the end of all of this, of the chorus, which this is, she sings, "It will disappear, it will stop, but when?" So apparently someone is telling her, "Smile, endure it, it will pass." And then she asks, "But when?" So only the last part of the chorus is really her own voice. Everything else is what people are telling her. And I thought quite quickly that if she sings about love and invites us to a show about love and says these words, it's a song about a relationship that is difficult, a struggle. Maybe she's suffering in this relationship with, we don't know, maybe a violent man or something like that. And I really love the song for that, first of all, and that's the main part that I understood listening to the song the first time. And then I looked at the other things, which seemed a bit more cryptic to me, very poetic, which I love a lot. But then I realized that this is a story about her and her struggles, but she widens the scope of the whole song, because she also sings, "Where is everyone now? Everyone who used to be so pious, standing there with no words. They have red faces," and she asks who is to blame for this. So this is probably a song about women suffering in society, the troubles that women have to go through, and even if they are in a problematic relationship, people just telling them, "Smile, endure, it will pass." I think a lot of us know these kinds of stories, and that makes the song very powerful. The positive part is that the song begins with "The guilty night ends," basically, and the dawn comes up to heal the wounds. So apparently the woman has gotten out of this very difficult situation and can now start anew, but is still thinking about what they told her and where are they now? Why are they not helping me now? So I really love the message of this song. That is what I understood from the lyrics. If you understood something differently, please let me know in the comments. I love hearing other interpretations as well. So to me, these are great lyrics, and I'm giving 5 out of 5 points. Let's talk about her voice, which I think is really exceptional and very unique. There's a very specific texture. It's quite deep, which fits very well to the sounds of the language as well, I think. And I love that. When you hear this on the radio, you will realize that it's Nina Žižic, if you know her, obviously. So that's something very important to have. She sings really well as well. In the performance, there were a few parts, especially at the beginning, maybe she was nervous, that sounded a little off and a little empty to me. That might have been the sound mixing as well. So at Eurovision, that might improve quite a lot. I love the roughness that is in her voice, the rawness as well. She really knows how to transmit the emotion through her vocal performance as well. And especially in the very intense moments towards the end of the song, you really feel the emotion in her vocal performance. And so I gave 4.5 points because of the little off moments, but there's a lot of potential, obviously, to improve that, because I do think that she knows how to perform this perfectly. Now for the performance, which is how the artist performs the song, I have to say she is really great in this as well. She's like an actress, an old-timey actress standing on that stage, letting us know her emotions, showing us the real her raw emotions. She sings that she's inviting us to her show, and that completely happens. I love her movements. I also love the emotion that she knows how to emit with her eyes. That is quite exceptional. There are a lot of close-ups already, but I think they should really focus even more on her, because she knows how to sell this song. I do think that in the beginning she was a little bit nervous, and that impacted the whole thing a little bit. But as the song went on during the national final, obviously, you felt it more and more, this emotion and the drama that she wants to transmit. This could have been a bit too dramatic and a bit over the top, and in some moments she almost gets there. She almost does too much movement and too much drama. But she kind of finds the line to make it dramatic and seem real and feel real, but not too over the top. And so in the end, because of the nervousness a little bit, I'm giving 4.5 points, also because I think that the potential is there for a full 5 points. Now let's talk about the staging of the song, which we have to remember, this is a national final performance and it already looks very exquisite. The graphics in the background are very well done. It adds a bit of a modern feel. In the beginning, it feels like it doesn't really fit the feeling of the song in some parts, but it does add that modern sensibility in a way, because she stands there in her white gown, having this dramatic moment, and having two old-fashioned graphics in the background might make the whole thing feel a bit too old-fashioned. I do think that there are lots of aspects that try to tell the story with the blindfold at the beginning that she rips off, like she has liberated herself and now she sees the truth in a way. Also in the background, in the graphics, you have these people. You can kind of see silhouettes of people. Those are the people that are not helping her, that are nowhere to be found when she needs the help. So that also works. And I also like that they have the words of the song, especially the chorus, in the background, which will help people understand what is going on. If they keep the song in Montenegrin, which I really, really hope they do, please don't change it to English. They could have a few words in English that kind of explain what the song is about. Kind of like Constructor, for example. So that might help get the message of the song across even more. And in general, I like the staging. It has a good feel to it, but I don't think it tells the story of the song enough. For Montenegro, that wasn't important because people understand the lyrics. For Eurovision, we need something a bit more, in the field of storytelling, telling us what the song is about, more in your face in a way, because it's obviously in a language that most people, the big majority of people, will not be able to understand. So again, lots of potential. Some of the graphics don't make that much sense to me, but great feel overall. And so in the end, I gave 4 out of 5 points for the staging as it is at the moment. Now let's talk about the song, which obviously is the most important part of the Eurovision package. I have to say that I liked the song quite a lot. It was my favorite out of all the songs in the Montenegrin national final. I love the Bond feeling. You kind of get this coldness and distance, but then it's also very intense and raw and emotional at the same time. I love the repetition of the lyrics as well in a different order. I said that with the lyrics. I do like a lot of the instrumentation. I like the strings. There's a piano coming in later on in the song. And I also like that it focuses on her voice, which is the main selling point of this whole song, I do think. And there's not too much instrumentation to distract from it. However, I do think that it is a bit repetitive at times, and especially the beat doesn't really change a lot throughout the entire song. So there is this chanting moment, this very intense moment in the middle of the song where the beat just continues. And I would kind of take the beat out at that moment, just have the strings, and then have the beat set in again later on in the song. Sometimes it feels, but that again, that might have been the sound mixing at the national final. It feels a bit empty, and it feels like there could be more oomph to it. And you can achieve that by adding a bit more instrumentation in some parts and leaving out instrumentation in other parts, and really give her voice a possibility to shine. Overall, I do think it's a good song. I like listening to it. It's kind of catchy. But there are some things that they can really improve. And I've seen in your comments, I haven't really seen the news on that they are already working on a revamp. I hope they do it justice and make it better, because revamps also have the potential to sometimes make a song worse. But overall, I do like the song, just a bit more oomph and a bit of more of a structure to the song, like have instrumentation come in, go out. I would like that a lot. Overall, I gave 4 out of 5 points to the song. So song and staging, song counts 3 times and the staging 2 times to the total points. And that gives us 4.25 points for Nina Žižic and Dobrodošli. A great, great start to the Eurovision season. I'm really happy with this, and I think this will be in or close to my top 10 at the end of the season as well. Before I tell you my prediction and your votes, do subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss videos like this one on almost all of the entries. I don't think this year I will be able to do videos on every single one of them, but as Montenegro chose the songs so early, I did have time to do it. Now let's get to the prediction. Will Nina Žižic and Dobrodošli be able to qualify for Montenegro? I think this is really hurt by the fact that in the semifinals we will only have televote, 100% televote. This is a song that a lot of juries might go for, especially because of the lyrics, the lyrical content, but also because of her voice. And with the televoters, I'm not 100% sure, because it's also a song that is a grower. It's a song that needs a great staging to get the message across that it's talking about. And so I'm a bit worried, to be honest. I'm happy that this is the Montenegrin entry and not clickbait, which was not one of my favorites. But I kind of feel like clickbait might have had a bit of a better chance to qualify, because it's just more televote friendly. And added to that is that Montenegro has kind of a steep hill to climb. In the last 10 years, they participated 6 times and managed to qualify only once. The last time they did was in 2015, which is a 17% qualification rate, not very good. But I think the setup of the semifinal is very important for qualification. Is Croatia and Serbia, are they in the same semifinal? What other songs are in the final? Is this one of the semifinal? Is this one of the only ballads, or is it a semifinal full of ballads? So at this point, it's very hard to say. And so for the semifinal, I'm predicting something between 7th and 13th place. I do think a lot of people will like that. We saw last year that Grito, for example, did manage to qualify easily to the final as well, even though it's a ballad in a foreign language. And so I'm leaving the gray question mark, because I just don't know. It might be 9th and qualify, or 13th and not qualify. However, if it does make it to the final, I do think that the jury will really like this, might be lower top 10 or top 15, somewhere around there, because of her voice mostly. And then the televote, I think, will be a bit more difficult because Montenegro doesn't have a great track record, and also the song might not be as accessible as a lot of other songs that will be revealed this year. So in the end, that might give you, what, maybe like 16th, 17th, 18th place, something like that. Yeah, but we have to see what other songs get released and revealed from all the other countries. That is my opinion and my prediction. Now let's have a look at your votes. You voted in the community tab of my channel. 16% of you gave the song 5 stars, 39% 4 stars, 34% 3 stars, and 12% 1 or 2 stars. For reasons that I don't understand, YouTube eliminated one of the options, so now I have to put 1 and 2 stars in the same category. Sorry about that. I really don't understand why they did that, but anyway. So we can say that a lot of you, a majority actually, gave it 5 or 4 stars, which is a great start, I think, for Montenegro into this season. Now let's have a look at some of your comments as well. Lelou63 says, my favorite Montenegrin entry ever. Nina's vocals give me the shivers, and I'm just a sucker for overly dramatic Balkan ballads with a bit of handography. Oh, that's a word I should have used as well. There's lots of handography, definitely. So everything here is perfect for me. Right now, though, I'm giving 4 stars because I think there will be better, more innovative songs this year, listening to other national final songs. So a very positive opinion there. Philip Kortan says, I don't see this qualifying from the perspective of last year's. If you put it in any semi-final, there would be much more recognizable songs that would stand out. That is definitely a danger for this song. For me, it is a nice ballad with interesting structure, but remember, semis are televote only. Exactly, I said that. And I don't see many people vote for it. At the moment, it's 3 stars for Philip. Then we have the Man in Blue Flames, who says only a small revamp of the instruments and staging are needed, and then the song firmly is in position to qualify if they do a good revamp, that is. And then ESC Shiva 69 says 8.5 out of 10 points, a little overhated, really? Do people not like the song? By the fandom. The entry is giving me James Bond vibes and I'm here for it. I love the message of the song and Nina's voice is powerful. One of the best entries Montenegro ever sent to the competition. And last but not least, I have 3 comments that are very different from each other, but show you the different opinions of the song. Enologinen says, it's the same old ballad, I don't see it qualifying. Silent Station 557 says, I definitely love her voice, the song is a bit forgettable. To be completely honest, somehow I don't feel it. Maybe it's a grower, but rather not. I'm afraid. We shall see. Silent Station, maybe it will grow on you. And then Wiley Riley says, I know this is probably completely irrational, but something about Nina's vocals hit me in exactly the right way, and very few songs have. With luck and without a bad revamp, this will probably make my all-time top 10. Well, if art is anything, it is irrational, so I'm very happy that you love her voice and that it hits you. Sometimes it's not explainable, but you know, that's what I love about songs and music and art, that different people can feel very different things. Thank you so much for your comments, for voting, for watching this video. Do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you for my next one. See you then, and bye-bye.